Good morning. This is Gina Bender and my husband Ed Bender, and welcome this morning to our Saturday morning quick start training. Today is Saturday, February 23rd. We're so glad all of you could be with us today, and we want to thank Jeff Hooks, our president, for inviting us on the call today. So we have an exciting call planned for you, but before we start going through some training, I'd like to do a little bit of housekeeping. So let's get started. So Ed and I have been in the industry a long time, and we have always built from event to event. So I want to go over some of the next upcoming phone calls and events that are, corporate sponsored as well as partner sponsored. So let me cover that real quick. So be sure and mark your calendar for Thursday, February 28th. For our next Share and Grow webinar, that's at 9 p.m. Eastern. You want to get as many guests as you can to that call. Jeff Hooks does a fantastic job. Again, Jeff's our president, and he invites, top leaders in Victory Nutrition each week to be on that call. So again, mark your calendar for Thursday, February 28th. The event next Saturday, which is the same as what we're having today, is going to be March 2nd. We do a quick start training every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. And Jeff does a lot of these trainings. He has top leaders in Victory Nutrition to participate. So be sure and invite your team partners to join you for that call. Our next Victory product call is going to be on Monday, March 4th. And Bill Downs and Steve Kushner does a fantastic job the first Monday of every month, and they cover information about the supplements that Victory Nutrition has to offer. You're going to learn a lot of information, so I want to make sure that you mark your calendar for that. Also, we have on Tuesday, March 19th, which is the third Tuesday of every month, we do our Victory Business Call. Jeff Hooks hosts that call. He kicks it off. We do team recognition and give you updates of new events and happenings and what's going on in the company. And our big event that's coming up, and actually it's going to be just a little over 2 months, is our VNI Empower Conference. That's going to be our huge event for the year. So you want to do whatever you can, pull out all the stops, make sure you get your tickets this month to attend that event. That's going to be Thursday, May 2nd, and that will run until Sunday, May 5th. Also on Thursday, May 2nd, that evening, this event will be held at the Renaissance Hotel in Charlotte, North Carolina, and we will have a product and business overview. So if you have, contacts or prospects in this area, be sure and invite them to that event, because they'll have an opportunity to meet not only Bill Downs, they'll meet Steve Kushner, the corporate team. So it's going to be an exciting event. Right now, the ticket price until February 28th is $139, and that price goes up to $179. So if you're planning on attending, be sure and get those tickets today. And we look forward to seeing you there. Ed and I are in Charlotte, North Carolina, so we're very blessed that that event is going to be held here in Charlotte.
But we're going to be staying at the event. We're not going to be staying at our home. We've decided we wanted rooms at the event because we want to be available for anybody that's got questions.
Absolutely. And Kim Downs was able to get a fantastic price, and Jeff at the Renaissance Hotel. It's a beautiful resort, and the ticket price for a suite is just $99. So get as many people as you can, get 2 or 3 people to stay with you in the room, and, you can share the cost. The more people you can get to this event, the quicker your business is going to grow. It's going to shorten your learning curve. It'll shorten your team's learning curve, and they'll leave with a lot of new information and exciting things that are going to be unveiled at the conference. So just be sure and build for all of our upcoming events. Build again from event to event. That's how you're going to build your victory business. And I just want to mention too, Thursday, February 28th is the last day of the month. We close out business on Thursday night at midnight. Ed and I always make ourselves available I know our corporate offices close at 6 p.m. Eastern. If you have last-minute business or product orders that need to go in, feel free to call me. My number is area code 336-918-7593, and we'll help you make sure you're qualified and get those orders in for you.
And that's going to be a large portion of what we go over today, because we want you to understand that the enhancements that are on that we've had, Jeff has done with the compensation plan, really will make it easier for you to understand. And there's some announcements we're going to make, so stay tuned for the whole event that we're doing here today. There's going to be some important information shared.
Okay, so we're going to show the PowerPoint that Jeff and Suzanne put together, and we're going to add some things to it to help you understand just how powerful our new program is, our new enhancement. So stand by and let me do a screen share.
Okay. One thing I wanted to state, and I stated this the other day to an individual on the phone, but it really is a statement that rings true. You cannot teach what you do not know, and you cannot lead where you will not go. I'll repeat that. You cannot teach what you do not know, and you cannot lead where you will not go. It's a statement that I've known for a long time in this industry, but it never has run truer here. We do exactly what we're telling you to do. We do not tell you to do one thing and then we're doing something else behind the scenes. Although Gina and I are very heavily involved in doing things behind the scenes that you don't see, the things we do is share products, take the products, share products, and teach others to take and share the products. That's the three things that are mandatory that you do. And last time I was on here, I was talking about weekly checks. We do get weekly checks. I don't have one here in front of me. I've already deposited in the bank for last week, but I want you to understand weekly checks are available, and we're going to go over some things that are real exciting about that.
Yeah, so we're going to get started. And we're going to take a peek inside the VNI's upcoming enhancements, which actually launch March 1st. So let's get started. Okay, the purpose for the compensation plan enhancements
is to create the best customer acquisition model in the industry. And I promise you, folks, if you look at what we've done or what Jeff has done here, it is the best customer acquisition program. Our customer is important. Customers are real important. The only problem is that our customers looked a lot like partners. We were forcing them down a path to get wholesale pricing. Now we're not going to have to do that. Simplifying and streamlining our model. I'm telling you, it is much easier to just put numbers to this than create managers, create executive managers, and all the hoops you had to jump through to really get your organization in line with what you need to do. It's a great concept to feel like you're helping others, but sometimes we had to force people, and when I say force people, really help people that didn't want to do all the things we were wanting to do. Now we've got a comp plan that we don't have to force them. We can lead by example. We can actually take them where they need to go and where they want to go, more importantly.
And work with those who are, as I say, holding their hand up.
Yep, and that's important. Increase and stabilize partner earnings. One of the things that I loved our old comp plan, and the old comp plan before the enhancements was a great comp plan, but one of the things that I thought was detracted from it was the fact that you had to wait 3 months, do a rank advancement for 3 months. And if you did the first two and didn't hit it the third month, you went back to day one and had to continue on 3 months. We're going to show you why that's different today. Advanced and easier, faster VNI pin recognition system. We actually have made it really easy for you to advance in your pin ranks. Now, in that in itself is important. I mean, nobody's going to get real excited about a pin on your lapel. But the thing I want you to really understand, it gives you points that you're achieving, points that you're trying to work towards. So we're going to go through some of that today. increase both customer and partner participation in the subscription program. Subscriptions are something that we've never really pushed in the company. But I can tell you, although we get results in 1 or 2 weeks, a lot of times people think it's like medicine. Once you take it and you get your results, then you don't have to take it anymore. Well, with today's dietary limitations and the things that are going on with the food in the U.S., you need to take supplements every day. If you haven't figured that out yet, I mean, really, that message needs to get out to everybody that, you know, it's not an option anymore to take dietary supplementations. You have to take dietary supplementations.
And the way you're going to build long-term residual income is through the monthly subscription. So we're going to show you how easy that is to accomplish as well. So let's go over our customer acquisition program. What does define a VNI customer?
We want customers.
Absolutely.
You know, I want to tell you, 92% of what we call partners today are really just customers. The issues with that is they were forced down a path that they really didn't need to go down. They were exposed to trainings and calls and emails that said, you know, an opportunity to earn income. Bill Downs has always said he really wants a program that helps people with their health. If it helps them with their wealth, that's okay too. But that wasn't our primary goal. Our primary goal was to change people's lives from the inside out, to help their bodies heal. And once their bodies start healing, then if they want to make a business out of it, it's there to do.
Absolutely.
Okay, so there's going to be 2 ways to purchase products as a VNI customer. And we're going to go into those a little bit in depth. But the first way is simply do this. A customer makes a one-time purchase. Now, you and I both know we've seen a lot of zeros in our organizations because they made a one-time purchase. You only make 30% when they do it. You do make 30%, which is great. But 30% is what you get paid on a one-time purchase. Well, it makes sense to me to have that customer more engaged than just one time. I mean, out there you could take a pill if you got a headache, and it may go away, and then the headache comes back 2 weeks later and you take another pill. Well, you're treating the symptoms. You're not really fixing what's going wrong with the body. Our products do what we say they're going to do. They get into every cell every time. So one-time purchase for the customer, they pay retail. If a customer wants to get it at the same price that you and I get it at, they have another option. And this is perfect because in the past, we've been begging for Social Security numbers, trying to put them as partners so we could get them the best price possible, especially when they were sick, because we didn't want them to have to spend any more money than they had to. Our preferred customer program is just that. It makes them look like a partner, act like a partner, do everything like a partner, except for they're not going to participate in the compensation plan, and they do not have to give up their Social Security number, but they can buy it at the same price that you and I are paying for products. So you could truly look them in the eye and say, you're paying the same thing we're paying.
And I just want to add too, Ed, that the customer preferred customer program is pretty awesome because Victory Nutrition will work those preferred customers. They will send emails only about the supplements and about nutrition in general and offer them preferred customer specials. So that will help us here out in the field as leaders to know that, you know, we don't have to hold them by the hand. Now, it is important to follow up with your brand new preferred customers, but know that you got a company backing you that is helping to support your preferred customers in the process.
Hold on. I don't know how many times I've had somebody say to me, you know, I'd love to be involved with this, but I want nothing to do with the business. I want nothing to do with anything involved with the business. But yet we had to force them down a path where they were exposed to the business. Now today, for the first time, and it'll be March 1st before this is launched, so you've got about a week yet before you can even put them as preferred customers. But for the first time, we've got a program that they can get involved in, and they don't have to be exposed to any other portion of it.
Okay, we're going to talk now about the partner compensation for the VNI customers.
Retail profit's going to be the same way it always was. When you sell somebody a product at retail, they earn the difference. You earn the difference between wholesale and retail. There also is a 30% commission paid to you
on the wholesale price.
On the wholesale price. So you're going to get two checks. One's going to come in your monthly check and one's going to come in a weekly check.
And I'll go into a little bit more detail with the chart that we're willing to email out to you. If you will email us after this presentation, we'll send that to you along with the PowerPoint so you can take a deeper dive and get to understand this new program.
Repeat orders and customers are going to pay you more. If you put them in as a partner in the past and they were on your front line, all you could make off them was 5%. And that's all you ever would make off them. This has a program, and we're going to go into more depth, and you could earn from 10 to 20% of it. You're getting a 50% pay raise right out of the gate starting March 1 on people that truly want to be customers. And there again, you give it to them for the same price as we're getting it at.
Yeah, absolutely. So what Ed is saying is that's a 2 to 4 time increase on what you can earn from your customers and your preferred customers, as well as the upline gets paid. 1/2 of the CV flows up, but all of the volume also counts towards your qualification.
B&I partner compensation for preferred customer, 30% bonus. Like I said, if they buy it at wholesale, the only thing they have to do is agree to a monthly subscription. Now, when I say the only thing they have to do, this program allows you, and I know there's some people that are on here right now that have for years said, well, why do we have to sell them 2 products? Well, I can tell you now, we don't. We could sell them, a box of samples of Brain Reward. We could sell them a box of samples of Enzorb. We could sell them anything we want as long as they agree to go on a monthly subscription. You and I both know in a lot of companies it's hard to cancel your monthly subscription, and this company is extremely easy to cancel your monthly subscription. But the big thing I want you to really understand is they could buy anything. You could tailor this towards the customer. You don't have to force them into 2 products every month. You could force them into 2 products every other month if you want. I mean, it's a really simple program. What do you like?
Okay, we don't force them into anything. We share. So anyway,
well, but before we had to force them into two products.
Now we don't. But keep in mind that repeat orders is the backbone of building long-term residual income. So that's why the monthly subscription program is going to be the backbone of building your V&I business. Okay, so repeat orders, as Ed said, pay a customer commission from 10 to 20% of the commissionable value based on the number of active preferred customers. And we're going to go over that also. And again, 1/2 of the CV flows up the tree in the unilevel.
1 to 4 customers, preferred customers, and there again, they're people that are buying the same price you and I are. They're buying anything they want. They don't have to do anything but agree to a subscription in 30 days. We want to keep them on the product, even though we know that the product's going to work for them. Most people that are trying the product don't know if it's going to work for them or not. We do, because we've had 5 years experience with the product, but they don't know that at that time. So whatever product they want to order, 1 to 4 customers, you're going to make 10% on.
Okay. And we'll move on to the next level. 5 to 19 is going to give you 15% of the commissionable value. So you do want to work towards building preferred customers.
If you're doing 20 active customers or more, then you're going to earn 20% of the commission.
Okay, so I'm going to go over this sheet. This is what I get excited about. I did some one-on-ones with leaders and some of our healthcare practitioners. And if you really look at this sheet, you'll understand why this is so powerful. It is divided into 3 sections. We have the retail customer potential income, we have the preferred customer potential income, and we have the partner potential income. So if you look at the sheet, let's just take the retail customer first, and we're going to focus on the Protovite. Our suggested retail price for Protovite is $85. The wholesale is $65. Previously, you would earn $20. Well, you still earn $20. If someone goes to your website, they register, they just want to try out the supplement, you're going to receive a monthly check from the unilevel pay of $20. Now, we didn't have this feature before, but you will also receive a one-time fast start of 30% of the actual wholesale. So let's say they just want to purchase one bottle, and this is all based on one bottle orders. So if they purchase one bottle, you're going to earn 30%, which is $19.50. And not only are you going to earn $20 in your monthly check, but you're going to earn $19.50. They paid $85. You're going to receive $39.50 back on just that one bottle. That is absolutely huge. Now, let's say your retail customer comes back the next month and they place another order. If you're just getting started and you have 1 to 4 preferred customers, you're going to pick up 10% on the commissionable value assigned to Protovite, which is $52. So 10% of $52 is $5.20. So every month that they purchase Protovite, if it's one bottle, you're going to earn $5.20. If it's 2 bottles, you're going to earn $10.40.
And I want to tell you this, so you don't get real excited or real upset. The company's not going to send a check out for $5.20. So if they just order one Protovite and that check, the second check doesn't come out, they're going to wait until it reaches a minimum of $10 before they send it out to you. So it may take a couple of months if they just purchase one bottle retail.
But if you're brand new in the business, what are you doing? You're sharing the product, you're using the product, and you're teaching others to share and use the product. So you're going to be able to identify preferred customers very easily when you get started with Victory Nutrition. Again, as Ed mentioned earlier, we had 2 options. They could buy the product at retail, or we could put them in as a partner and they could get the wholesale pricing. So if you have 3 partners already in your business, if you've been in for a while, or even if you're brand new, if you're going to build Victory, then, identify 3 people that you love, you care about, that you want to build this business with, and teach them to build preferred customers. Because
I like to say it a little bit differently. I like to say let them identify themselves. Actually, I would prefer that you put them in as preferred customers. Think of that as a holding tank, and we're going to go over this a little bit later, but think of it as a holding tank until they figure out how well the product works. Once they figure out how well the product works and they raise their hand and say, hey, is there a business opportunity here? Well, you say yes. All you have to do is give your Social Security number, because if you're earning income, the company's got to report that. So if they want to earn income, it's real easy to switch them from a preferred customer to a partner with our company.
Absolutely. Now, our goal and your goal should be to build preferred customers. And when you do that, when you get to 20 or more preferred customers, you're going to earn 20% every single month on whatever your your retail customer purchases through the system. So again, if it's 1 bottle of Protovite, you're earning 20%. That's $10.40. Again, half the CV rolls up. And I want to mention this too, Ed, because this is important and I don't want to forget about it. But when you place your monthly subscription order, that volume rolls into your, what we call your weakest leg. And we'll go over that more in detail. But your partner volume, or your personal, your personal customer orders, your preferred customer orders, that will also show up in your center. So let's say you're ordering $130 a month, and you have preferred customers and customers that are ordering, let's say, $2,000 a month. That volume will show up in your center. That volume counts towards your rank qualification, towards your weakest leg. So that is huge. So, you're going to be rewarded greatly for building preferred customers and customers. You could literally focus on preferred customers and earn, $1, $2, $3, $4, $5,000 a month as you build group volume. So I'm going to move down real quick down here to the preferred customer potential income area. Here's where it gets real exciting because, again, whether they order 1 or 2 bottles as a customer, preferred customer, you're still going to earn a 30% fast start. And again, as you can see, they're paying wholesale price and you're going to still earn the $19.50. You still earn the 10, 15, or 20% depending on, how many customers and preferred customers that you have in the system. So the only difference, as Ed mentioned earlier, is your preferred customers are just like you and me. They're like partners, but they're in a holding tank. They get the product at the wholesale price at what you and I pay for, but they must agree to go on a monthly subscription, which is very easy to do. People will go on a monthly subscription to get the wholesale price. In fact, I shared this with Ed earlier. I had sent out an email to some of my recent customers, and one of the gentlemen emailed me back this morning and he said, yes, please, share with me how I can get the product at wholesale pricing. I wrote him back. I said that, I explained to him that, the preferred customer program, he'd get it at wholesale. He could do a monthly subscription. He wrote me back. He said, yes, please call me March 1st. I'll be glad to sign up on a monthly subscription. So don't be afraid to ask. So many people that I do 3-ways with, and that's why we do 3-ways, is to teach and train you how to do it properly, are afraid to ask. And just share. Just share how they can save, and they will be glad to do the monthly subscription.
And I want you to really go back to the number I quoted earlier. 92% of the company is really preferred customers. They're not interested in building the business. They don't want to have anything to do with building the business. For the first time in 5 years, we've got a program where we don't have to expose them to that side of it. We could say, great, we're going to give you the product at the same price that we're buying it for, and you don't have to be part of any program. It's not part of any kind of a, for lack of better words, MLM or because direct sales or whatever you want to call it. Some people have an aversion to doing that. Doctors in particular don't want to involve their patients in programs that are going to try to get them to start selling the products. We can expose this to so many more people, and the 92% of the people that are sitting there that are preferred customers that really didn't want to earn income in the first place, they would have been better off as preferred customers, and you would have made more money. And the company, I believe, is going to allow us to go back to the people that are zeros on our list and ask them if they want to be a preferred customer. It makes sense to me that they would do that, and we're talking about increasing volume in your overall organization.
Absolutely. So we're going to move down to the partner potential income area. And again, if someone is raising their hand and they say, hey, I really want to share this with others, I got people like Ed who's raising their hand and say, I've got people that I can share this with, by all means, introduce them and put them in as a partner. It's very easy to do.
Or take them out of the holding tank that they're in as a preferred customer and switch them to a partner at that time.
Yeah, absolutely. So what happens if you're working with a brand new partner? You bring them on. You're going to earn, again, the one-time fast start of 30%. And the difference with the partner is that fast start kicks in if they order $130 or more. You don't lose it. They may say, Ed, I want to just try 1 bottle. That's okay. Put them in the system. Let them register for 1 bottle. You'll get paid on that through the unilevel. But as soon as they decide to order 2 or more supplements that total 130 or more, that fast start of 30% is going to kick in. Now, I can tell you right up front, guys, we have a new bonus called an engagement bonus, and we're going to cover that in just a few moments. But if you have them on a monthly subscription and you're on a monthly subscription, you'll get to participate in that engagement bonus. I've never, ever seen anything like this in the industry. And Victory Nutrition is rewarding you because you are the one that is out there, you know, taking the message to the people, and therefore you should be rewarded. So this is going to really excite you when we cover the engagement bonus.
And what I've told people before, if I had somebody telling me they wanted to buy one bottle, they wanted to buy it at wholesale, I would not put them in as a potential partner at that time. Even though they might be saying they would like to earn income, they really are a customer. And as a customer, you're going to be rewarded handsomely when they truly feel like they want to order more than one bottle, or they want to order more products, or they want to order one of the special packages that are deeply discounted. Then they really are becoming a partner with you. You want partners. We want a lot of customers. I mean, we want all the people that want to be customers. But you only want partners if they truly plan on building a business. They truly plan on making income. If they don't want to make income, if they don't want to really engage, if they're just saying, I want to tip my little toe into water a little bit, put them in as preferred customer. Now that starts March 1st. We don't have it quite programmed yet, but that's going to be a powerful tool that you'll be able to put them in the holding tank, what I call a holding tank right now, and I'm sure we'll come up with some type of definition for that, but that's a holding tank until they're ready to become a partner.
And if they don't decide to become a partner, that's okay too. We are going to build a company of millions of customers. So again, there's only so many hours in the day that you and I can talk to people and pick up the phone. So we work with the partners and help them bring in the customers and, you know, help you do the three-way calls. So we're going to go on and move on to the next slide. Okay, we're going to talk about the comp plan updates and enhancements. So the representative now becomes an associate manager. So let me explain. Okay, when Victory Nutrition launched, you know, we had different terms that people were throwing around. We would say distributor, we would say member, we would say customer, we would say representative, okay? So now when someone gets involved with Victory, if they want to be a partner, that means they're going to get the wholesale pricing and they placed an order for $130.
Or more.
Or more. But now we've added a new rank position called associate manager. So as you're helping your new person build the business, this associate manager position, the qualifications for that are they've ordered $130 in personal volume. They have a group volume of $375, and they have personally sponsored one person. So that's huge, guys. I mean, if you encourage your team to go out and sponsor just one person a month, think about how your organization would grow. So this is the first ranked position, and we're going to, you know, recognize these brand new partners that are coming on board that are excited and they're out here sharing the supplements and sharing the mission of Victory Nutrition.
But what I want you to understand too, we have dynamic compression in this company, and it is done differently than I've ever seen it done in any other company. You know, most of the time on a 10-level unilevel plan, and it's maybe a little deep for some people, but on a 10-level unilevel plan, that means the first person that goes in is on your first level. If you place a person underneath them, that's your second level. If you place somebody underneath them, that's your third level. In this compensation plan, unless they're doing $130 in personal volume and they've got a group volume of $375 and one personally sponsored, they are not considered a level.
Again, that's huge.
Remember,
think about it.
Yeah, think about that, because you could have people that are in there just with their toes in the water that are doing 130, but they have not. I don't know what she said.
It don't matter.
I'm sorry, we can't really answer the text that we're getting, but they don't have. They're not in the unilevel plan. They're not in the compensation plan. They're not considered a level. They're participating in the compensation plan, but they're not considered a level until they're doing 130 and 375 in group volume.
And we really don't want you to get confused on that if you're brand new looking at this for the first time. Just know as you build this business, we have the strongest products in the industry. As one of our reps likes to say, we have good, better, best. We, bar none, have the best supplements out there, backed by real science on the finished products, and we have proteasome technology, which no other company out there has. So if you're looking at this and you say, well, where's the science? Just go to vniscience.com and you're going to see lots and lots of summaries on the finished products.
Yeah, and it's on the finished product. It's not on one ingredient in the product or two ingredients in the product. It is on the finished product. And we even on our product labels put the manufacturers of the who we get the ingredients from on our product label. That's huge. Companies do not do that, but we do that.
Okay, so again, this is where it starts. If you're getting involved, you're going to share with others. Work towards becoming an associate manager. Do it as quickly as possible. Let your sponsor, your team partners, and upline help you with your new contacts. We're going to talk about the updated GV requirements at the pin and rank level next.
They were lowered, folks.
Yeah.
In most companies, if you have an enhancement, they raise the bar generally. Our bars have been lowered. So
okay, so let's talk about the rank advancements. Manager is 1,000 in group volume. That also does include your volume as well. Executive manager is 4,000 in group volume. Director is 12,000 in group volume. Executive director is 25,000 in group volume. Vice president is 50,000 in group volume. Presidential 75,000. Envoy 125,000, and ambassador is 200,000, and crown ambassador is 500,000 in group volume. So we've evened out the numbers. We've lowered it for the first 4 or 5 positions, and this will just make it easier if you know these numbers rather than trying to remember 13,575 or 200,100. It was getting confusing. So Jeff and the corporate team lowered this to make it easier for you to hit these rank positions. Okay, beginning at executive manager and above, partners must have all required PV at that pin ranker level coming from a minimum of 3 legs.
Now, GV, group volume, is what we're talking about, and this is one of the big changes. No more than 60% could come out of 1 leg. Well, there's been a lot of confusion on that, and I've created another slide because I want to show people ideally how it works. But 60% out of one, 25% out of another team of people that you're growing, and the rest could be preferred customers. Preferred customers could be your strongest group of people. So don't get real hung up on 60%. It's a number, but it's a minimum number. I'll show you the difference in a second. It might be the next slide. I'm not sure where Gina. Yeah, it is the next slide. So simplifying, you're building 3 teams of people. And when I talk about teams of people, I'm talking about partners. Okay, forget about preferred customers. They're going to go into a holding tank. They'll go to the weakest point in your organization and fill in volume where they need to. The minimums are 60% out of 1 leg, 25% out of the second team, and 15% out of the third team.
Or more.
But the ideal situation, and I put these numbers down here for a reason, 34% out of 1 leg, 33% out of another leg, and 33% out of another leg. When this plan was originally brought to us, one of the questions that one of the leaders had is, okay, I'm shooting for, what's $25,000 position?
It is as executive director.
Executive director. Said, I'm shooting for executive director, which used to be 30,000. He said, if I've got 10,000 in 1 leg, 10,000 in another leg, and 10,000 in another leg, I'm not qualified because of the 60-25-15 rule. Well, nothing could be further from the truth. He is actually qualified and built and structured perfectly. 34, 33, and 33. The only reason I didn't make it 33, 33, and 33 is because it doesn't add up to 100%. But realize these are minimum 60%, minimum 25%, minimum 15%. But 34, 33, 33 are ideal situations. So you want to keep the legs, the teams, as even as possible.
So I'm going to carry it just a little bit further, Ed. So as you know, if you're a business builder, sometimes you have one leg that will take off and that leg can really grow and become your strongest leg. That is a awesome thing to happen. But let's say this person that we shared this with had a $50,000 leg, and his second leg had $10,000 and his third leg had $5,000, or had $2,000 but $3,000 worth of preferred customers. He could count up to 60% of the $50,000 leg, which was $30,000. And he met the requirement for a minimum of 15% he could count out of that second leg. And then, of course, he had the volume in the third leg as well. So don't get hung up, as Ed said, on these percentages. This just means that you've got to work. That's why they call it network marketing, not net sitting, not loafing. This is a business. You got to treat it like a business. So let's go on and move on to the next slide. We're going to talk about the pin rank qualifications. Now, we have this chart available for you also. So as we look at this chart, you're going to see at the top that it says partner, needs to do 135 PV to qualify to earn. The next column says personally sponsored partner. Then it says personal PV, and then
personal PC.
PC for preferred customer. And then we're showing you here up to 60%, up to 25%, and 15% for your third leg or more. We personally are working 3 legs because we believe fire burns from below. So we want to help the people that we brought to our team and help them become successful.
And I want you to understand, just because it says 60% doesn't mean if you've got 70, 80, or 100, 100% one leg, it doesn't mean you're not going to get paid on all that. You've got to do the other qualifications to get paid on all that. So if you've got a runaway leg, if you've got a leg that really took off and did, leaps and bounds above anything else you did, that's a great thing. That means you just have to work a little bit harder on the other legs. You can quit focusing on that leg and focus somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly.
And you got to realize what's 3 legs to you is 1 leg to Gina and I. So if you got a runaway leg, we're probably helping you with that leg some way, shape, or another. Whether you realize it or not, we're probably down in there working in that leg because it's all 1 leg to us. But just understand that's the way this compensation plan works. It's a whole lot simpler than it was.
So I'm going to cover this chart so people understand a little bit more. As we mentioned earlier, the associate manager, you personally sponsored 1 partner into the business. To reach that position, you have 375 in total group volume. That does include your volume and your personally sponsored new partner's volume. Okay, to become a manager, it was 1,125. That's been lowered to 1,000. So you just need 3 personally sponsored partners. And anyone that's been in the business that have reached the level of manager, I'm sure that you've already met that qualification to be a manager. But now look at it, you only have that even number of 1,000. It makes it much easier when you go into your back office and look at your volume to see if you're qualified. The next position, executive manager, was lowered from 4,525 to an even 4,000. Again, you want to have 3 personally sponsored. You want to make sure at executive manager that you have 1 personally sponsored partner in each leg. They don't have to be front line, but you do need a personally sponsored person somewhere in that leg.
Now, the director I want to talk about, and just because the numbers are even, we're talking $12,000 in volume. It says a minimum of $72,000 in one leg. 7,200 in one leg, $3,000 another, and $1,800 in that one. Well, the ideal situation would be $4,000 in one leg, $4,000 in the second leg, and $4,000 in the third leg. Realize that third leg can be made up of preferred customers and or your own orders. It really isn't complicated at all. Preferred customers is what we're looking for. We really want to build an organization of customers. When they raise their hand and say, this is a good program, the product works, I like everything I see, I'd like to earn money, then make them a partner, but not until then. Don't try to force them down the road of being a partner if they don't want to be a partner. If they want to be a customer, let them be a customer. As a customer, they can order onesies or twosies of all the products. But just realize these are minimums that you could have in the legs, but it could be completely balanced at 4,000, 4,000, and 4,000.
Okay, I'm going to speak to on the personal PC column. So as you see, as you're building your Victory business at executive manager, you will need only 2 preferred customers anywhere in your business. So, I mean, they're going to fall into your center, so you won't have to place them. They're not going to go downline, but that volume will roll over into your weaker leg.
Now, it's personally sponsored customers. 2 at executive manager, director, it says 3. Executive director, it says 4. Vice president, 4. Presidential has to have 6 preferred customer. Envoy has to have 6. Ambassador has to have 7. And Crown Ambassador has to have 8. Well, we got some great news for you, folks. First off, none of this is going to be programmed till March 1. So for this month, there's no way possible that you could have the preferred customers. Next month, for the month of March, they're going to waive the preferred customers. So you don't even have to have it then. In April is when they're going to start this into effect to where it counts to where you have to have that. And I promise you this, folks, and I really want you to understand this. Gina and I and the company and Jeff, everybody, Bill included, wants you to earn income. If there's a situation that you've got where you've only got 1 preferred customer instead of 2 in April, but you've been putting in partners right and left, let us know. We'll work through whatever we need to work through. I can't promise you that we could waive the 2 customers that you need as executive manager, but if you put in 5 partners and they're all true partners that want to build the business and you've got 1 preferred customer, I don't think anybody in the company is going to penalize you for that. We want you to earn income. They want you to earn income. We want you to earn income. Why do we want you to earn income? We want you to earn income because I've long believed that the only way to true walk-away income in this industry is to build levels of leaders below you. We have to. We want to. But in the way the compensation plan was, we were almost forced to build certain people that we not necessarily had the same goals in life that we had. In this compensation plan, it's just volume. When they raise their hand and they want to become executive directors, there's real reasons why they should become executive directors. There's bonuses we're going to cover in a minute, but there's real reasons why they want. It'll be important to them, but it's not important to us.
Okay, let's just move on. Let's talk about the engagement bonus. This I'm very excited about. As I mentioned earlier, I've never seen this done before in any company that Ed and I have been with. But when a new partner sets up $130 in PV or higher in a subscription, the sponsor also qualifies for the new VNI engagement bonus, provided the sponsor is active with 130 in personal volume or higher with a subscription. So guys, make sure if you don't have a monthly subscription, get on a monthly subscription. You're going to be using the products every month. So you will qualify for the engagement bonus if you're on a monthly subscription and you get your new person on a subscription as well. What's going to happen is 1/2 of the CV is going to flow up in the unit level for the upline to be compensated as well. Full GV is also going to count for the sponsor towards the pin rank consideration. So what happens is when, let's say I'm sponsoring Ed into the business, I'm on a monthly subscription.
You're sponsoring me?
Well, you met me through the industry, so don't say too much.
Yeah, but I've been in the industry longer. Let's not get
right. Okay, so I'm sponsoring Ed into the business. I'm on a monthly subscription for $260. He's coming on board. I'm going to be rewarded. He's also going to do a $260 subscription because he wants to use all the supplements. So in saying that, I'm going to be rewarded with a fast start check of 30%. And if it's $260, I'm going to get a check in the mail the following week for $78, which is just awesome. So I can earn weekly mailbox money. Because he got on a monthly subscription, Victory is rewarding me for doing the work. So they're going to reward you too for doing the work. So what they do is they're going to give you a fast start check the next month of 15% for sharing the monthly subscription program. Now, please keep in mind, again, this is how you build long-term residual income, is getting your partners on a monthly subscription. So it doesn't just stop there, but the second month that their monthly subscription goes through, you're going to earn another fast start check of 15%, again, which is mailed weekly when that monthly subscription runs.
Now, full disclosure on this, Gina considers that Belk bucks. Now, if you don't know what Belk's is, it's a department store. So if she gets a check for $78,
that's my spending money.
She figures she can run out and spend $78 on clothes or shoes or whatever. It works.
If you come to Belk's before the conference, I'll teach you how to shop.
It works. It's incentive for her to do it on a weekly basis because as soon as that check hits the bank, she's running to Belk's to spend it. So, if you don't have a Belk's, you got a Dillard, you got something. Your wives will love this program. So just understand there's a purpose for this.
Okay, so we're going to move on, Ed.
Okay.
It's enough of tattling on me. Okay, so this is really awesome too. We had a modification enhancement to the rate maintenance bonus. So in saying that, partners will receive a bonus for attaining and maintaining the following ranks for 2 consecutive months. Bonuses will be paid out in 4 monthly equal installments provided partner maintains the achieved rank. So in saying that, prior to this enhancement, if you achieved a rank maintenance bonus, it would take you 3 months to achieve the rank. We have changed that to just 2 months, and you're not penalized if you fall back.
Yeah, one of the things that I've seen that was an issue is if you made it 2 months but couldn't quite get there on the 3rd month because you were helping people in your organization actually get to where they needed to go. And this happened on a realistic, regular basis. The 3rd month was always the hard. You had to wait an entire another 3 months, so you were 5 or 6 months into the program before you could earn this bonus. That was a disincentive in my opinion. So I told Jeff, I said, Jeff, why don't we change this around a little bit? I said, first off, increase the numbers and pay it off over 4 monthly installments. So Gina, if you put the numbers up there. So instead of $250, we went to $300, or the company went to $300. The executive manager now pays $600 where it was paying $500. So it's an increase. The director is paying $1,000 where it was paying $750. And executive director is paying $2,000.
Instead of $1,000.
Instead of $1,000. Now the difference is this. You will earn that after the 2nd month of qualification. You hit it the 1st, you hit it the 2nd, you're going to be paid out in 4 monthly installments of that. But this is really the key to it. Let's say the 3rd month you don't hit it. So you wouldn't get, you got it for the 2nd month, you got the $75. The third month you didn't hit it, so you wouldn't get the second $75 installment. The 4th month you hit it again, you would get that second installment of $75. And every month you held that rank position.
Oh, sorry.
Every month you held that rank position, you would get that $75 when you're talking about manager. The same thing with executive manager. It's $150 for 4 months consecutively.
No, yes.
Yeah.
150. I got confused. I'm looking at the wrong line.
The director is $1,000, so that'd be $250 for a thing. But you're not penalized, and you don't have to wait another 3 months. If you miss it 1 month after the 2nd month qualification, it just picks back up where it was at in the beginning. So understand, it'll really take the checks and make them equal on a monthly basis for achieving the goals that you want to achieve, not that we need you to achieve to make the compensation plan work.
Yep. So let's move on to the next slide. Okay, this is an overview of the compensation plan as how it will be and how it pays down in levels. So the old plan, there was a middle section that was down in here where it was above these numbers that showed that in order to be, for example, like a director, you had to have 4 personally sponsored active and you had to have 2 managers. If you needed to be an executive director, you had to have 3 qualified legs with an executive manager and a couple of managers. All that has been taken away. So again, it's not important for what your team is doing, but it's important as to what you're doing and what you want out of the business. Yes, we want team members to progress in the rank and pin positions and move forward, and those are the ones we'll focus with and help them build their customers and their preferred customers and build new partners.
Remember what I said earlier, the only way to have truly walk-away income in this industry is to have levels of leaders below you. Well, now this program allows the leader to choose the goal that they want to choose, not the goal you have to choose for them because they needed to make that pin position or that rank for you to achieve your goals. They could choose the goal that they want to make. If it's a car payment, if it's a house payment, whatever they choose, we could show them a path on how to get exactly where they want to go. And when we look at levels too, I want to reiterate, a level is not a level unless they're doing 130, they've personally sponsored one, and they're doing 375. So when you look at this compensation plan on paper, it looks like a 10-level plan, and like any 10-level plan out there. Actually, Gina and I are 20-plus levels in our organization, and we get paid on all the volume to the bottom of the organization. Why is that? It's because we qualify envoy, and there isn't that many managers, what we consider managers, in those levels. I mean, there's people ordering products. They're truly customers, and they're loyal customers. They love the product, but they never intended on building a business. Well, now I've got a place that I can put them as, preferred customers and let them sit there and let them until they're really sold on the product and they want to make a business out of it. Just let them sit in the holding tank. When they say, I want to be a preferred, I want to be a business builder or partner with you, then we can put them into the compensation plan. But it really, really has enhanced the compensation plan a lot. I can't stress that enough. Gina and I are really tickled about it. We hope you are too.
Yeah, so we're going to wrap up. I'm going to go to the last slide, and this was a statement that I heard this morning from Tim Tebow, and he said, you're always going to have critics and naysayers and people that are going to tell you that you won't, you can't, that you shouldn't. Most of those people are the people that didn't, that wouldn't, that couldn't. Don't be defined by the outside sources. You go after your dreams. And again, that was Tim Tebow. So I thought that was a wonderful, wonderful statement. So all we're asking you to do is, go out there and swing the V&I bat. You will have success in this business. You don't want to give up. You just draw the line in the sand and say, this is where I'm hanging my hat.
Yeah, plant your flag here, and that's really all we want you to do. Plant your flag in one place. I will say this. I've seen people try to build multiple programs. They get confused. They get confused on which program's better. Well, I can tell you emphatically, we've got the best product that is on the face of the earth. And I mean that sincerely, not just because we sell a bunch of it, but because I can't keep it in the house. I mean, I go into the refrigerator, reach for a bottle of Protovite, and it's gone. And I said, what happened to our Protovite? She said, well, so-and-so needed a bottle. I need to get it to them right away, and it's gone. So I have to wait for our shipment to come in or order some more product if it's in between shipments. That's why I say audit, get on a subscription, because really it helps. But the second thing is, you know, people want to be part of something. And if they see that the product's working for them, they're going to keep on doing it. Swinging the bat is an absolutely true statement. I've got a high school education. I ended up at one point in my life controlling a $100 million bank. I've controlled several that were 36 million. I've done phenomenal things with a high school education. More and more, there's evidence out there of people that have the ability to do things that are above average, but didn't have my mother and father. My dad drove trains for a living. My mother worked in the cafeteria of a hospital. We didn't have the income. They didn't have the income. It wasn't available to them to send me to college. Doesn't mean I wasn't smart enough to go to college. It just means I didn't have the amount of money I needed to get into college. So college education for this business is not required. A business education is not required. There's no education of any sorts required. The education you need on the product will come with time. There's enough videos out there that'll tell you exactly what you need to know on the products. There's papers, if you're a reader, scientific papers that I can't pronounce half the words in, don't want to. And as far as the business building aspect of it, Gina and I will help you every step of the way. I promise you there's not a leader out there that doesn't know that Gina and I's phone, 95% of the time when you call us, we're going to answer it. If we can't answer it, we're going to get back to you. If it's quarter to 11 on New Year's night, we probably aren't going to answer. We're going to probably celebrate.
But we did, Ed.
We did answer it at quarter to 11 on New Year's.
That was the last day of the year, which was closeout.
Yeah, which was closeout. We answered it at quarter to 11 at midnight. We still brought the new year in. But understand, we want you to succeed. And if there's anybody else out there that feels that the compensation plan enhancements are hurting them, call us. I promise you there's a workaround. I can help you get where you need to go. There are things working behind the scenes that I know that are happening that'll help you get where you need to go. And if you got a problem, instead of getting frustrated and throwing your hands up, absolutely give us a call. We'll be able to explain this more to you and more about what's going on. So
okay, guys, we're going to go on and end it. We want to thank you for joining us this Saturday. And again, get with us. My email is onthepath2victory@gmail.com. If you would like this PowerPoint and a couple of these slides in here, then be sure and reach out to me, and I'll be glad and send that over to you today. And we're going to stop the screen share. And we will stop the recording. And we want to wish you all a wonderful day. God bless.
Thank you very much. See you later.